And we're live. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Chaos 120 tonight.
How is everybody?
Chilling, hanging in there.
Sorry about that. I've got some duplication going there. There we go.
Ooh.
Sorry about that.
All good. Happens to the best of us.
Yeah, so tonight I was just gonna have us talk about a few things that have been going on, especially here on the West Coast. We've got a bunch of people trying to steal the new tax breaks that have been going on.
Oh boy.
They're called politicians. What do you expect?
Legal criminals? I mean, what?
Yeah, criminals. There you go, Kaz. But six, I figured we'd start with the NHL since it's always a popular thing. And, of course, a round of introductions. So, Six, if you want to introduce yourself.
I got a feeling that Six is feeding his cat.
Could be. Well, then, Tara, let's go to you.
I'm Tara Sin. You can find me pretty much anywhere. And I'm the freakiest chick of the joint. But you all love me for it.
Yes, we do. So, Scoob?
I'm Scoobie 331. Manhattan's worst, Long Island's finest, depending who you ask. Just sitting here enjoying this state that's as blue as a dead Smurf and pissing off everyone on the left as much as I can, and the right equally. I'm equal opportunity on that. So, yeah, that's me in a nutshell.
That down. You could tap.
I'm going to try to keep it short myself. Everything I got cooking, I'll shill at the end.
Okay. Kaz, you got something you want to pre-shill?
Oh, yeah. I don't know. I'm Kaz Wildfox, and I'm just your resident verifag. Only for the balls and napalm.
Sounds like Tara's having something go on there, so. And we've got American Celt with us tonight as well.
Oi.
Anything you want to shill, Celt?
Well, you can find me on YouTube and minds.com as an American Celt. Haven't quite decided what to do with my YouTube channel.
Well, and since we're not really sure where Six is at the moment, I figure we can go ahead and start talking about some of the news going on. So, Scoob, I don't know about all of you in New York, but I do know that Oregon, Washington, and California have all created bills to take up some of the federal tax cuts that happened.
That doesn't surprise me in the least.
Here's what's really funny. All three of them are different.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, so Oregon is concentrating on what they call pass-through businesses, which are, I don't know if you're aware of what they are. They're when a person owns the business and all the money goes through their private accounts and they file it as part of the tax return.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, so Oregon wants to increase their tax rate on the business income taxes to cover the discount that they got from the federal.
Any way that they can. It just never ceases to amaze me. Any way that they can grab. Do you know what they did here? This is how Cuomo figured out how to do it. Now if you need a bag when you go shopping, it's 5 cents per bag. Now that doesn't sound like a lot, but this is how he did that with New York. This is how they got us for just the newest thing that they instituted. It doesn't sound like a lot, but they had a guy do the mathematics the other day, and he was going on about how when he works as a cashier, he says, okay, if it's a nickel a bag, he says each customer gets 10 bags. He says, I work in Manhattan. He says, I could usually handle about 2,000 customers a day. He says, now 2,000 customers at 10 bags apiece. He said, now we have 20 registers. He said, now each of us do 2,000 customers on our shift. He said, now do the mathematics in your head at 4 hours a shift. Times 20.
That's a lot of money.
Now that's just one store, one supermarket in Manhattan. Now look up how many supermarkets you have in Manhattan.
There's several.
That's just companies. We're not even talking locations.
Yeah.
And then you got to think of your Dwayne Reeds. Then you have to think of any store that you go into that has a bag.
Well, at least they didn't do what Portland did, which was ban plastic bags altogether. And so you get paper bags, which most places are charging you 5 cents a pop for, or you have to bring your own bag in.
You know, most of the stores over here, they did away with the paper bags because of the environment.
See, over here, the plastic bags are why they got rid of them, because they're bad for the environment.
Right. Ours, over here, the excuse they gave us was we're cutting down all the trees.
And out here, it's you're making too much plastic. You're burning fossil fuels.
Yeah, in Florida, they are trying to get rid of the plastic bags, bring back the paper bags to not to do reusable, because paper bags can be recycled.
Yeah.
So can the plastic.
You know what it strikes me
not
as?
much.
You ever see lumberjacks cutting down a tree and they got the big saw and they're going back and forth with it?
Yep.
Yeah. To me, it feels like what they're doing to the coast. The middle of the country is the tree, and each coast is the two ends of the saw.
Yeah, that's legit. I can see that. You okay?
Makes sense. So they're trying to divide the country.
Wait, what?
You okay over there?
Yeah. Why?
Yeah, now, Scoob, have they started trying to pass soda taxes?
Oh, yeah, we already got one.
Yeah, the state of Washington this week is putting forward a referendum to stop soda taxes. Because Seattle passed one, and now it's like for a normal 16-ounce soda in a restaurant, you're paying an additional 20 cents.
Well, I mean, they already got us paying $20 for a pack of cigarettes, so.
Jesus.
Yep.
A cup of coffee. What else? Shit, you want to go to McDonald's and get yourself a Big Mac meal? You're looking at about, after taxes, $14.
Yep.
So, yeah. Yeah, they beat the shit out of us on everything. Tara wanted me to go into the city for, to go, not even go into the city, to just go into Brooklyn, to go to that museum for her. Between the train fare and the subway, I don't got the extra bread. Just to get there, it's going to cost me $40. It's actually cheaper for me to drive into Manhattan, get a parking ticket, never pay it, and get a scofflaw, and then just take the subway back into Brooklyn.
Holy fuck.
Yeah, that's the reason I never got a chance to do that this weekend. I had all that shit that happened on St. Patty's Day. I didn't have the extra bread just to commute into Brooklyn. They're beating the shit out of people on the subway. Each way on the subway now is $7.50.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. So for me if I wanted to go over to Brooklyn and go, it will cost me probably round trip about, if I wanted to stop somewhere else too. Like if I have to take a connecting one, like if it doesn't go straight there, it was going to cost me about $28. So that's just
Fuck
a subway.
a duck.
Yeah. That's the reason that Manhattan is full of all those rich people. They're the only ones that can afford to live there.
Agreed.
Yeah.
But guys, we're doing it for the global warmings.
Yeah, except they're the ones that burn most of it.
Yeah.
I had a talk with one of those kids today at the college. He's sitting there and he's talking to me about global warming. He's like, aren't you concerned about global warming? I go, we live at sea level, you moron. Of course I'm worried about it. Oh, then why do you support? Whoa, what? Yeah, you're going to sit there and fucking stutter about this shit. Asshole, this is the same song they've been singing since I was in college the first time. I'll give it to you plain. I like the polar bears. I like, I don't want to see them fucking drowned. I like having a lawn in front of my house instead of a friggin' ocean. So yeah, of course I'm against global warming. But I don't think that sitting here and voting fucking Democrat is going to fix it, you crazy bastards. That hasn't solved it in the past 20 years. All we've done is destroy our infrastructure. I tell these people this all the fucking time. You know, you do the baby steps to fix things. We're trying to move towards better energy. No, we're going to sit there and fucking paint our hair blue and run around in the streets topless and scream about the fucking planet. That's going to help.
Because Captain Planet wants to see your big fat titties flop around aimlessly.
Hiya, Mr. B.
Great intro, Burnside. Good to see you.
Likewise, I'm reporting to you live from the meeting as I dodge bullets and homeless people.
Yeah, watch out for them homeless people whizzing on the side of the building, because I know that's pretty toxic, man. They eat.
Scoobie, do you still have your Discord up?
Yeah, actually.
I probably doesn't.
Or do I need to send it to you on Twitter?
No, you can send it to me in Discord.
Okay.
Whose channel is this on?
Oh, Kaz, did you see your favorite politician and communist was having a live stream on Facebook yesterday?
Oh God! What was the live stream about?
Bringing the
You
one
also racist. You also sexist.
Guns are sexist. We're in registration to take them away.
I have a feeling it was something like that. Yes.
Oh man, you do him
like
way too well.
Like I fucked my wife.
Well, now you're just crossing the streams,
politics.
man, because you're that cuckolding story from CNN. So you're just crossing the streams now, man.
Hey, Mountain Man, did I ever tell you about when Bernie was first running, when I heard him on the TV? I was on the other side of the house doing something. I thought that it was actually my old librarian from school. I swear to God, her name was Mrs. Berenstein. I'll never forget it. And she was this big, buxom Jewish woman with this huge beehive hairdo, and she had the big, thick horn-rimmed glasses with the pearls on them. And she sounded just like... So when I first heard Bernie Sanders, that's who I thought he was for a split second. Because I remember when I was a kid, she would constantly sit there and she'd yell across the classroom at us like, no, honey, you have to put the thing in the book. If it's not in the book, it can't go back on the shelf. You have to put it on the shelf. Otherwise, it can't be put back on the shelf. So when I heard him sitting there going about, white people don't know what it's like to be poor, I came in, I'm like, Mrs. Bernstein? I really thought it was him. I really thought it was her. Oh, man. I can't believe he's still alive, fucking Bernie.
Him roboting while he's telling the story. Please tell me that's my lag from the ROM file. Oh, shit.
I think that's your lag from the ROM-fi there, man.
I'm sitting here next to Google trying to read 5 words. Just like, what the fuck? I know I'm not stoned. What the hell is this?
Oh, man. Six, good to see you back.
I am back. I fucking rebooted my laptop, but it was still giving me grief. I seriously, I need to get Streamlabs up and going. I need to get employed again. I need to get consistent source of income so I can upgrade my equipment. My current setup, I feel like I'm playing. I'm operating using equipment that is made from like parts of woolly mammoth or some shit like that.
I feel you, Sticks. Until last week, the laptop I had 4 gigs of RAM and a dual core processor.
Wow.
Oh, Lord.
Wow. And this is not 2008, so that is not an impressive profile.
Yeah, now I've got like an 8-core processor with 12 gigs of memory, and
There you go.
Yeah.
I'm using one I got off the Home Shopping Network that an old woman got snookered into buying.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's terrible. It's a travesty, man.
Yeah. God bless her that she bought it. I'm just annoyed that they ripped her off.
Yeah.
Yeah, sad to inform you, you live in New York, buddy.
Yeah, but it's HSN. They're out in L.A.
L.A.? Why would you go to L.A.? That place needs a nuclear bomb detonated in space.
Well, speaking of bombs, that's more my neck of the woods anymore. There was one that exploded in just north of San Antonio. At a FedEx.
Bastard. Did they cut his balls off?
Not yet.
They haven't found who did it. But there was, one was being sent via FedEx to Austin, and one of its waypoints with and shirts, which is just north of San Antonio. Is Kelt like shoveling salt or something?
I am not doing anything.
Oh, because your phone, I guess your microphone, it sounds like there's something hitting up against it.
Yeah, it's like you're picking up the next door neighbors who are shoveling salt.
Or you're.
He doesn't have any neighbors.
That's what I mean. It's like he's picking up people in the next town that are shoveling.
The rest that I'm wearing is the kind that goes around your neck.
Those things suck.
Yeah, even if you're wearing something.
One of those made in China pieces. Of
I think they would rather hear you tase yourself, baby bro, than.
Oh, because at least they can make jokes about that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, when you're wearing one of those microphones, when it rubs up on any sort of fabric that has any sort of any sort of fabric, that it sounds like you got like a like a high grit sandpaper, and you're trying to take the burrs off of something newly ground.
Yeah. Kelt, I'm using one of those microphones too, but the trick is I lean all the way forward on the stool in the kitchen. I look like a fucking turkey vulture the way I sit, but it doesn't rub up against anything. So maybe you want to lean forward. That way it doesn't rub up against your shirt.
I got the thing resting on my ears.
Okay.
All right. Well,
If that does anything.
so 6, if you wouldn't mind giving us an NHL break.
I'm getting that stuff up here just shortly out. Hangouts was the first thing that I clicked on. I'm on my desktop now.
All right, not a problem. Well, in that case, we can talk about this while we're waiting. Oh no, wait, this is old. Never mind.
Here's the NHL update as it stands now. The Detroit Red Wings and the Philadelphia Flyers are knotted at 4 in the overtime, so we'll see how that turns out. Irving's team, the Winnipeg Jets, are knotted at 1 with the LA Kings with 5:40 left in the third. The Colorado Avalanche are currently up on the Chicago Blackhawks 3-1 at the end of the second period. Vegas is beating the Vancouver Canucks 2-0 with 17 left in the second. Let's see. The New Jersey Devils and San Jose Sharks have yet to play. They're up at 10:30 p.m. Eastern. Your New York Islanders have defeated the Pittsburgh Penguins 4-1.
Yeah.
And let's see, the Columbus Blue Jackets beat the Manhattan Rangers 5-3.
Nice.
God, annihilate those Manhattan Rangers. There's at least got to be something decent that comes out of this day.
Well, my Stars lost 4-3 to the Washington Capitals. If they keep losing like this, they're not making the playoffs. So that's kind of fucked up. They were hanging in there with the wild card, but they've been losing a lot of games lately. And they've been failing to get those OT wins and then the shootout wins and stuff like that.
Yeah. Gotta hit the ice, man. Stop hanging out with the Golden Knights in their showers.
Well, speaking of showers, the Carolina Hurricanes took one today versus the Edmonton Oilers, 7-3. And, Florida Man destroyed the Ottawa Senators, 7-2. And Florida Man destroyed the Toronto Maple Leafs, 4-3.
Damn, who put speed in his cocaine and gave him 5 gators to fuck? Jesus. Florida Man.
Yeah. Tampa beat Toronto.
They are
4-3.
Florida men.
Indeed they are. Indeed they are. Just keep the police away for like 2 more games, and I think they might have a chance at the cup. Nice. All for Florida Man stores. We want this Florida Man team to fucking win. God damn it.
Hey, Irate. What's going on, man?
Buenos noches. What's happening?
Not much was happening.
Está bien, está bien, está bien.
Yes, sir. Yeah, doing all right. Just been hanging with some Brit, dude, named God Pikachu, and Irate, and Adamantine, and my wife, who was actually streaming.
Oh man!
Yeah,
streaming. Oh boy, I gotta hear this shit.
Yeah, God help the airwaves. That's all I gotta say.
I'll have to check that out after we're done.
Oh, dude, yeah, it's interesting. It was interesting. 6 came by for a wee bit.
Yeah.
Oh, damn.
Said hi to everybody and, talked about the whole Dankula situation that we may or may not bring up later in the broadcast here. But I have some chaos news for us queued up anytime that you guys are ready to jump into that.
Well, real quick, I wanted to let Irate know that we will be rebroadcasting this on BitChute since we're in my hangout today. So just to let you know.
Woo! All right, cool.
And this is, of course, Veterans First as a regular Chaos 120 host.
Oh, very cool.
So we're popping his cherry tonight.
Yeah.
Awesome.
All the homo is required.
The best thing to do is just lay back and relax and just let it happen.
Think of England.
The more you tense up, the worse it gets.
Just accept them as they violate you.
Do it for Queen and country.
Well, as they say around by my way, you just relax, man. Bite down on a pillow. This ain't gonna hurt much.
Oh, man.
See, Scoob, I'm used to hearing it more like you can squeal all you want. Ain't nobody gonna hear it.
Oh, that's so many fucking shades of fucked up.
I didn't know that you traveled Amtrak regularly.
Oh man!
Oh man!
So now calling the land of deliverance, Mountain Man.
Hey, guess what? My brother's from the land of deliverance.
Oh,
nice.
Ding.
Sweet old West Virginia.
No. Deliverance. The movie was mostly based in Alabama-ish area. I remember watching it.
I always thought it was Georgia myself.
Yeah, Toccoa River in Georgia. Yep.
The story is based in Alabama. It was filmed in Georgia and parts of Alabama.
Oh my gosh!
Well, all I know is that movie scares the shit out of people like me.
Scoob, you got a purty mouth.
Just remember, in the South, if you're giving, it ain't queer.
Irate, they say the same thing in some place else, and that place is definitely not a place you want to visit.
Washington?
Turkey.
Oh, oh, yeah. What's that movie, Midnight Oil? Midnight Express or some shit like that. I remember I saw that, man.
If your
God was
country
from
is
around here.
If your country has the same name as a food, I'm not going to it.
I'm
I
pretty
guess
sure.
you're not going to Hungary either.
Visit bar for the rape.
I'm pretty sure that guy who was in Midnight Express was from the island. He was either, I think, from West Babylon or Massapequa. He went to school, not like he went to school with my older siblings, but I'm pretty sure he was like the same age as like one of my older sisters when he got pinched.
Yeah, he was. She was just trafficking hash too.
Yeah, they're fucked up over there. My brother, they picked my brother up when he was in Turkey because he was when he was in the Marines. Same deal. I think that they scored a brick of hash. And what happened was the cab driver tried to rob him. So the one guy they had with him, big guy, he was from Greenbow, he broke the cab driver's arm in 3 places. And so they wound up getting picked up by the Turkish cops. And they were lucky the ship was going to be pulling out. And they got them out of the pokey because they would have wound up getting sent up in a Turkish prison.
Dude.
Yeah.
Nasty.
No joke over there.
No shit.
But if you got the bread... Hey, you want an RPG? You can get one.
You know, Scoob, I'd rather just go to Guatemala in that case, because at least I know in Guatemala what I'm up against. And besides, I'm under a death sentence in Turkey already.
Yeah. Well, this is when he was deployed over there. I really hope that the idiot doesn't. Yeah, I'm saying I really hope the idiot doesn't go off on the globe trotting now that he doesn't have the government backing him up.
He should be smart enough not to. If he does, he could get himself into a lot of trouble.
Was he with Blackwater?
As far as I know, I don't know the name of the outfit he's with, but I don't know if he's still with them anymore. He's gotten too long in the tooth now. He's at retirement age. But
U.S. bound company or the international?
From what I understand, he was doing a lot of shit where he was leaving the States for a while, but he was doing a lot more shit in-house. Like he was doing a lot of stuff on the coast, East Coast stuff a lot.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm guessing that he probably was doing something for our government, so that's about as much as I care to look into it. Yeah. I don't dig.
Yeah, he spends
I mean,
in the U.S. Probably one of the state-bound firms.
I was going to say, it sounds like he's arranging rendition or helping him on this side, this end of it.
Yeah.
Or that.
He was a bit of a sick asshole, though. Like, when he gave up hard drugs, what he was doing, he would go and he'd wear jewelry and he'd wait up in Ozone Park on a trade platform to get mugged so he could stay frosty.
Dude.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I can't even tell you how many Mexican guys and El Salvadorians. Like, there's different gangs over there.
Yeah.
And so, like, the one night he ran afoul of the Mexican gang. I think they were called the Cholos. Another night he ran foul of the El Salvadorians. It's all over the news. I call him up. I'm like, Gianni, what the fuck are you doing? It's like, what? I'm like, I look on the news. And there's these 3 Dominican guys in the bushes. They got thrown off the platform. I don't know. I don't know nothing about it. Yeah, bullshit. You don't know nothing about it.
Well, to be fair, Scoob, I used to pick a few fights in Germany until I ended up in Turkey, and I stopped doing it when I came back from Turkey.
Yeah. This guy's too long in the tooth, though. He's 50 years old now by at least. I mean, Christ, I'm 40, so he's got to be at least 50 now. And it's because he was really heavy into he was into coke and he was into meth, but he wasn't doing it recreationally. It was because he was off doing shit and he was keeping himself amped. And yeah, I told him, I said, you can't keep doing that shit. There's a half-life to it. The government's not going to keep keep bailing your ass out, asshole. Stop doing shit. And me and him had a really bad falling out. I haven't talked to my brother in like 2 years.
Yeah, there's very few firms that would allow somebody, if they've got any form of drug habit, to operate as a contractor.
Unless they're a specialist. Yeah, that's when they have... Yeah, you keep them on a leash. You don't keep them in-house. You make sure that they're out in the yard.
Yeah, that's the thing. If you've got somebody that's that much of a wreck, I've known a couple of people, crazy fuckers that operate in different firms. But they normally, when it comes to anybody that they have that's got any form of a drug habit or anything like that, they pretty much keep them on base for very, very unique operations where it's like, all right, take this, we're going to take old Bill Popper Johnny here, about 5 other of our commandos and stuff, make sure he don't go too far off the chain over in, whatever
Turkey
island or whatever it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, when Turkistan, take him over to Turkistan to go procure that pill. Because pill popping bodies like you never seen before. Everyone else has to make sure you can pill popping Johnny. Don't fire off on the civvies and everybody else, or else that's collateral we got to pay to the UN.
Yeah.
Plus headline, and you don't want headlines.
Funny you should mention dead bodies there, Burnside.
Oh joy, do tell.
Let's see. Man dies after getting head stuck under electronic cinema seat in Birmingham.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Is he from Florida?
Probably not. This is over across the pond. It looks like.
Oh, Britain.
Electronic seat.
Yep. Like one of those ones that make the noise or the movements. Let's see. The victim is said to have become trapped after bending down to retrieve his mobile phone at the end of a movie screening at View in Birmingham's Star City complex. His head became wedged under the electronic footrest of a gold-class seat, a source told the Birmingham Mail.
Oh, shit.
The victim's frantic partner and staff battled to release him, and he was only freed when the footrest was eventually broken, the newspaper reported. West Midlands Ambulance Service said it was called to reports of a patient and cardiac arrest. Emergency crews managed to restart the man's heart, and he was taken into the city's Heartlands Hospital. Cinema operator View International confirmed the man died on the 16th of March, a week after the incident. The company said following the incident, which took place on Friday the 9th March at our Birmingham cinema, we can confirm that a customer was taken to the hospital that evening. Quote, we are saddened to learn that he has passed away on Friday, 16th of March. A full investigation into the nature of the incident is ongoing.
Those footrests have been radicalized by ISIS and need to be taken out or culturally appropriated to Canada-stan.
Let's see. Quote, our thoughts and condolences are with the family who have our full support and assistance. A health and safety investigation has been launched by Birmingham City Council.
That's crazy.
I don't trust those. I don't trust those rocker seats or those any kind of like special seats.
Yeah. Don't trust anything automated.
Hey, now, I make automated stuff for a living.
Yours are designed to kill people, so that's expected.
I was just sure you were going to say, I'm a rock star. Get your game on. Is that weird where my mind just went there? I just totally Shrek'd out with that.
Yeah.
Oh man, I'm having Shrek flashbacks. Hey now. Get your rock star. Get your game on. Go play.
At least it's not that YouTube series Shrek is Love, Shrek is Life, because there's a lot of creepy shit in there. And at the end of every episode of it, many people get disembodied, ripped apart, and somebody gets thoroughly violated in the asshole.
Sounds like your type of show, Burnside.
Oh, it's all sorts of fuck. Here's the funny thing: at the comedy we go to, when we would haze people, we'd have them watch Shrek is Love, Shrek is Life, because we agreed that was the most depraved thing ever. Or chick.
You're breaking up, babe.
You're breaking up, and just in time. Let's see. Ooh, Florida man.
Dear fucking God.
Yeah. DeLand man accused of shoving mother over ham.
Over a ham?
Over a ham.
Dear
Wow.
God.
She was 80. Okay, a DeLand man is accused of attacking his mother and flipping over furniture because he did not like the way her ham turned out.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. At about 4:11 p.m. Sunday, Beverly Kleinmeyer called the DeLand Police Department to report that her son, Robert J. Barlock, 52, had shoved her in the home that they share on the 500 block of Leaf Circle, according to police affidavit. The 80-year-old mother said she gave Barlock a sample of the baked ham she was making. When he became so upset with the taste that her son allegedly shoved her, according to the affidavit. Barlock allegedly stopped pushing his mother and told her that he would destroy the furniture. He then went into the living room and flipped over a couch and a table. Police noted there were no visible injuries to Kleinmeyer. Kleinmeyer told police that Barlock was drinking alcohol and became aggressive, and that it has become an ongoing issue. Police noted evidence of a disturbance in the living room with damaged items. Barlock denied pushing his mother or that anything happened in the house. He was charged with a battery of a person 65 years of age or older. He is being held on no bond.
Wow, he's getting it hard.
What a real piece of shit.
Yeah.
Jesus
He gets
Christ.
upset with a sandwich, essentially, and decides he's going to wreck the house. Where was his father to beat the shit out of him?
Well, given that his mom is 80, I would say probably not, and not enjoying the mortal coil, as they say.
You mean voting Democrat?
Yeah, he's voting Democrat now.
That's a good one. We should
Well, if it's in Florida, then he's voting Republican.
Florida doesn't count. You people have sex with gators over there and do copious amounts of drugs. And you require...
You're the only one that's going to have sex with the gator.
Oh.
It all over you.
Oh, that's nasty. Nasty.
I love it. I love it.
You can't do much when you're roofied.
Yeah, this is the guy.
Be surprised the shit I can endure.
You can see the ethereal spirit of loser in this man's eyes.
He definitely is a representation of the Beck song "Loser."
Mama, your ham sucks.
Yeah, this is a guy that would pick a fight with a piece of furniture.
Wait, so does that mean he's a lieutenant of Antifa?
I guess
Pretty
so.
much.
He's graduated from trash cans to couches.
Eminent objects are the bane existence of Antifa.
Well, have you seen the
So does
kind of
that
trash
mean
that can be
IKEAs aren't
stored in a
safe anymore?
couch?
What's that?
Which one?
I didn't hear that.
What?
I was saying, so does that mean IKEAs aren't safe anymore?
I guess
Pretty
not.
much.
This
Looks
guy's
like
out
he
drinking.
graduated-
You know what I'm thinking. IKEA's going down.
Looks like he's graduated from possum to raccoon.
There we go. There we go.
Hey man, IKEA sport. They want to destroy that. They're doing my people's a service. Everyone's like, oh, it's great. It's Swedish culture for the no, motherfucker. It's not Swedish. You sack of shit. Go to a fucking import store, you dumbass. You know, like those people in this country that wear those bed sheets and burn crosses. We do that with IKEA furniture.
You know, there was a guy in my neighborhood put his hands to his mother like that. A couple of the guys got him and beat him fucking disfigured.
Yep.
Good. As it should be.
Yeah, you don't.
Unbelievable.
You don't do that ever.
Yep.
Unbelievable.
Well, guys, I just saw some news that might cause me to be looking for a new state to move to.
Oh, God.
Share it.
So, Oregon Petition 42 being put forward by a group of Portland religious leaders require the turning over of all semi-automatic rifles and pistols that have a capacity and detachable magazine holding more than 10 rounds of ammunition. Military and law enforcement would be exempt.
Of course.
That's practically every handgun in existence.
That's almost every gun in my frickin' safe.
Well, you know what that means. Better start loading them, buddy.
Oh, they're all loaded already, man. It's it's about time to load them in the car and take a drive east.
Well, if they want to try and
Unbelievable.
barricade you, I'll take it. I'll try and work out a 2-day, 3-day vacation. We'll come over there and we will retake your whole state. We'll retake the whole damn state.
Well, if I could get about 20 guys to join me, I'm pretty sure we could. All the Democrats have.
Yeah, I introduced them to some Swedish culture, and they can have a legal. It's a very entertaining dance, if you will.
Do we want to pick up Kaz on our way out?
Why the hell not?
Wow, you get the
Seriously,
gun, motherfucker.
You guys could always use a furry for diversity.
Sure. He can be our decoy.
Okay, now I'm going to pull the feminism card. What about me?
You're in Florida. You're
About
like
you.
way out east.
We'd have to like hot drop you in through a parachute.
That's
you'd
not
have
how
to get
geography works. Unless we have a TARDIS or something like that. I don't know how.
Yeah, like
they can
literally.
be both in the western United States and eastern United States at the same time.
Here. Just hot.
Well, you could go to the border of Georgia and Florida and be in 2 time zones.
Fuck you.
Oh my gosh. Speaking of time zones, the Irving's Jets have defeated the LA Kings in overtime 2-1. Congratulations, Sir Wolfie. Your Red Wings have defeated the Philadelphia Flyers 5-4. And Chicago is still losing.
God damn it.
Well, to be fair, guys, this is a proposed petition right now. They have to get 50,000 signatures statewide to be able to put it on the ballot.
March on them. Go to their church and win signs.
Here's the kicker. It's apparently 2 synagogues and 3 mosques that are putting this together.
I have the perfect plan, and it is
Why
very.
am I not fucking surprised?
Does
Yeah,
this
they
involve,
already stockpiled their rifles.
does this involve ham there, Burnside?
Something tells me if something happens, I should put ham on my bullets next time.
You think the Jews were wised up to turning in guns?
No,
Yeah,
this is
seriously.
much worse than ham. Much worse than ham.
Yeah, I forgot I should get some pork too.
Requires a good buddy of mine that I used to know on mines that's taken after my vest. They want confiscation. I will have some people that enjoy marching in a particular fashion that don't take kindly to synagogues or mosques or go and ask them one simple question. Have you seen my friend Kyle? He sits about yay tall and I haven't found him. He was supposed to be here 30 minutes ago. Kyle? Where are you, Kyle? Get your ass over here. We're signing petitions and marching and burning things. Get over here, Kyle. I think you people know who I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Do you see Kyle?
Of course he wants to see Kyle. God, y'all are gonna
See, I got lost because the way he was describing them, I thought he was talking about Massachusetts Democrats.
Well, speaking of seeing Kyle, police chief, Uber self-driving car likely not at fault in fatal crash.
Oh, yeah, of course. It didn't do nothing. It's fucking typical robot.
Yeah, let's see it. The chief of Tempe Police has told the San Francisco Chronicle that Uber is likely not responsible for the Sunday evening crash that killed 49-year-old pedestrian Elaine Hertzberg. Quote, I suspect the preliminary, it appears that the Uber would likely not be at fault in this accident, said Chief Sylvia Moyer. Hertzberg was pushing a bicycle laden with plastic shopping bags. According to the Chronicles, Carolyn said when she abruptly walked from a center median into a lane of traffic. After viewing video captured by the Uber vehicle, Moyer concluded that it is very clear that it would have been difficult to avoid this collision in any kind of mode, autonomous or human-driven, based on how she came from the shadows right into the roadway. Moyer added that it is dangerous to cross roadways in the evening hour when well-illuminated managed crosswalks are available. Police said the vehicle was traveling 38 miles per hour in a 35-mile-per-hour zone, according to the Chronicle, though a Google Street View shot of the roadway taken last July shows a speed limit of 45 miles per hour along the stretch of road. At Monday afternoon press conference, which I think is going on in somebody's apartment right now. Let's see. Tempe Sergeant Ronald Elcock said that there were no signs that the vehicle slowed down before striking Hertzberg. Moyer's comments are obviously a promising sign for Uber, but they are not the final word on the tragedy. Investigators from the National Transportation Safety Board have been dispatched to the scene to collect evidence and make an independent assessment. And even if Uber is not guilty, is not legally at fault, critics may ask whether the vehicle could have done more to anticipate the possibility that the woman might step in front of the Uber vehicle and take appropriate defensive measures, perhaps slowing down or changing lanes to give her a wider berth.
So a robotic car whacks the bag lady and everyone goes up in arms.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
All right. Well, my heart goes out to the crazy cat lady. Now there's a whole bunch of tabbies that are going to go hungry tonight. But, really, I mean, you can't really, I agree. You can't really blame the robot. I mean, she just veered out in front of the thing. It sucks. It should have been able to respond to it. They're going to tune it better now. But, okay. The robots are now homeless person fallible. We've figured that out. It's a tragedy, but I really hope that they don't, like shelve the whole thing over this.
Yeah.
I agree, Scoob. It doesn't need to be shelved, but something I was pushing when they first started talking about these things is that they needed to have real active avoidance collision detection worked out before they even started testing these things on the road. And apparently they don't.
I could have sworn I didn't know DARPA approved this. I thought that they were still in the development stages. I didn't know that this shit was legit.
4 cities that are test sites.
I hope one of them is not mine, because I actually enjoy walking around a bit. I don't want some fucking Uber car, some Ultron Uber car trying to Age of Ultron me.
Well, I think Kaz and I are in bigger risk of that than you are, Six. I believe one of them was L.A., one of them was Seattle, and then there were 2 on the East Coast.
Yeah, oh, please let one be New York. I could use a check.
Gotta feel that cultural enrichment, boys.
Seriously, I'm going to start looking for those sorts of cars, and I'm just going to start running out in front of them now.
I think it's a good idea.
Seriously.
Break that car, and it will do next to no damage to you whatsoever.
Yeah, I know that. I probably weigh more than the Uber.
Yeah, you weigh more than those stupid automated sacks of shit. And I would argue that if they want avoidance, how about you just let a fucking person drive it? A person is incredibly more capable than a fucking robot. This isn't Futurama. We don't have Bender driving a semis and shit like that. If you want to avoid hitting the fucking bag lady, maybe allow the person sitting there to have a brake pedal. Gee, Dingus Khan, maybe that would be your smartest idea. Instead of trying to make, all sorts of quantum mechanical stopping, turning, left, right, veering, and all sorts of trans-dimensional drifting shit. How about you do something simple, stupid? You have a steering wheel and you have a brake pedal. So whenever it's like, oh, hey, I'm going to hit this bag lady, somebody can go, nope, and fucking hit on the brakes. And unless the car breaks apart because it's made in China, then you shouldn't be able to hit the bag lady. She'll just start beating your windshield because of...
it's this whole push for automation.
Yeah.
Now, speaking of a car breaking up, Florida woman sets fire to car she locked herself into a nap, deputies say. Yeah. A Florida woman was arrested after she broke into a vehicle at a car dealership to sleep. then set the car on fire with a cigarette as she was locked inside, deputies say. Video showed Dolores Graham, 62, being removed from the vehicle outside a car dealership in South Pine Avenue. Deputies say they were called to the dealership on reports of a suspicious incident. When they arrived, they found Graham inside of one of the dealership's vehicles, deputies said. The front windshield of the car was shattered, the video shows. Graham told deputies she broke into one of the vehicles in the lot to sleep and locked herself inside. She said she then tossed a cigarette under the front seat of the car, which caused it to start on fire. Graham claims she couldn't get out of the car, so she began to smash out the front windshield with her hands and feet. According to the Facebook post in the Marion Sheriff's Office, deputies were able to show her how to exit the vehicle, and she was removed. They then used a fire extinguisher to put out the flames, according to the post. Yeah, Graham was transported to the Marion County Jail on charges of burglary of an unoccupied structure and felony criminal mischief.
Well, Florida is definitely interesting.
This is one of those things where, honestly, if I was a judge, I would sentence this woman to wear a dunce cap in public. I would not charge the taxpayers a dime. I'd say, you know what? After hearing what the cops just told me, I am not making the state pay for your stupidity. You have to wear this hat in public, and everyone who sees you will have to deal with it.
Yeah.
Christ, that's the stupidest thing I've ever heard of in my life. And that's saying a lot.
Asymmetrical prosecution.
Well, Scoobie, I may have one that tops that.
Oh dear God.
And I just wanted to stop and thank Colleen Bernier, our senior Florida correspondent, for all the wonderful stories you've been throwing our way. They've been entertaining.
Thank you, Colleen.
Thank you, Colleen.
And this one is not a Florida man story, but it is very interesting. Okay, who's at Costco?
Not me.
We don't have one.
Don't look at me, Six. I'm on my laptop in the house.
Somebody sounds like they're at Costco.
I know nothing
Well, I was
about
scratching
this.
my
It's not
ear
me.
for a second.
That might have been it.
The sound of scratching.
Oh, and Scoobie,
ear
check your
equals
Discord.
Costco.
Okay.
All righty. Let's see. Sex truck porn producer now managing Sussex homeless support bus.
Oh God.
What the fuck? Say that 10 times fast.
Sex truck porn producer now managing Sussex homeless support bus. Sex truck porn producer now managing Sussex homeless support bus. Sex truck porn producer now managing Sussex homeless support bus. I'll do it 3 times. Okay. The man in charge of a bus which offers beds to the homeless is a former pornographer who made adult films shot in the back of a truck.
Oh.
Jim Deans manages the charity Sussex Homeless Support, which last December converted an old double-decker bus into an overnight shelter with room for 16 rough sleepers. But in the 1990s and early 2000s, the adult film industry, he went by the name of Phil McCavity.
Dear God, what a name.
Phil McCavity.
Jesus Christ.
Innuendo over 9,000 for Phil My Cavity.
I go by Dr. Phil McGroin. I swear to God, that's me.
Oh my gosh. And filmed and produced a series of films called Sex Truck.
Sex Truck.
Sex Truck. Hashtag Sex Truck Lives Matter. Sex Truck. The moves were scripted along the lines of the risque Confessions of A series, but with X-rated sex acts filmed in the back of a small mobile home. Sex Truck. Many were filmed around his native Glasgow, although Sex Truck 12 is a strap-lined Brighton and London. Sex Truck. Deans also worked with his then girlfriend, British porn star Violet Storm on films such as Cyberporn 1 and Bike Sex Fest. The pair were the subject of a BBC documentary in 2003, Sex Truck. And his production company, Devlin Media Limited, was also was involved in the scandal surrounding the sex tape of pop star Talisa Constellavos. Sex Truck. In her autobiography, Miss Constellavos wrote that her ex-boyfriend, who shot and shared a clip, contacted a former porn star who contacted Mr. Deans about distributing sex tapes. Mr. Dean told Argus the matter was never brought to the court. Sex Truck. In the last 6 years, Jim Deans has played a growing role in charity work for rough sleepers in Brighton and Hove, including volunteering at the Purple People Kitchen Food Bank for Sussex Homes Homeless Support. Says Sex Truck. Yesterday, he said everything I did was BBFC, British Board of Film Classification, classified, and I made maybe 20 or 30 movies. One is called Sex Truck.
Sex Truck.
Sex Truck.
Everything I've done has been legal and above board. Sex Truck.
Sex Truck.
Oh, I want to get on the sex truck.
Come on now.
I settled for a taco truck. I'm hungry.
Fuck all this other shit. I want tacos.
We need to get out and change the tire of the sex truck.
Sex Truck.
Asked whether he could sympathize with those who might have concerns about his involvement with vulnerable young men and especially women, he said, Sex Truck was a comedy, frankly. Sex Truck. Yes, it had an adult content, but it was like Benny Hill. If Benny Hill was in a movie called Sex Truck. The scripts had all of the girls getting the better of the guys. Everyone involved was an actor in the movie called Sex Truck. Sex Truck. Anyhow, Mr. Deans told how 30 years ago he came to Brighton as a criminal on the run, wanted for crimes related to his life as a getaway driver. He slept on the beach next to his sex truck. He said, I met some great people in Brighton who helped me really turn my life around in a sex truck.
Sex truck.
I've been there. I've lived truck. Now I'm trying to help people in that situation, and I'm helping where the council has really failed people in the sex truck. He said, "Sex truck."
Are
He
you
said
the sex truck?
He said,
In the sex truck. Sex truck. Sex truck. Yeah, baby.
Guys, I got my youth
spoiler.
truck.
There are racing stripes on my sex truck
That's right.
to make it go faster.
Watch the muffler.
Your sex truck has 4 paws.
Hey, I'm half Mexican. My sex truck has spinner wheels and the fuzzy dice and the car cone that goes da 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 da.
And bounces when you're at a stoplight.
Oh yeah, hydraulics and neon.
That's right.
Okay, let's see. He said that
Sonics.
he said the Sussex Home Shelter bus, which is safety rated and carry more than 70 passengers, had a record 19 rough sleepers arrive at its door last Sunday when the council closed its own winter shelter for the last time. Sex truck. Mr. Dean said, I don't know whether I'm ashamed or not. My past is my past, and if I went back, I don't know if I'd do it again. But I've come from the rough end of Glasgow, where you learn to fight and survive and not give up. Yesterday afternoon, the 57-year-old posted a brief biography on Facebook. He wrote, I have a very colorful life. I've worked in many areas and been involved in everything you can imagine, including sex truck. I have also worked in the adult film industry as a producer, director, even an actor 20-odd years ago. I have dealt with many shady organizations, including the mafia, and traveled the world doing so. I have also sat on parliamentary groups beside lords and MPs not so sure which end was the worst. Sex truck.
Sex truck.
He added, someone in a position of authority was lying and trying to close the bus down. There was an outpouring of more than 70 messages in support. In response of support, one Facebook user wrote, "You can probably relate to the people more than a lot of others. If you're going to do this in your own free time to help others who give a toss, keep doing what you're doing."
Sex truck.
Sex truck. Another wrote, you're an earth angel. Let them say what they like. You're an honorable man who is doing a great job. Sex truck. Another wrote, with all
Careful of the gear shift, baby.
with all that,
Let me take a ride on that sex truck.
be a real spark plug in the sex truck. Another
Sex
wrote,
truck.
Oh, good lord.
another
Beating this
wrote,
horse to death.
Well, if you want Scoob, I can make a run to the taco truck down the street while he's finishing it.
yeah, there's about 30 more little mini things. I'll just leave it off here and say that sex truck.
Oh God.
Oh man, I have to rename this rename this stream to the sex. Oh shit.
Yeah, I guess I should.
The sex truck stream. Thank you, Colleen Bernier, for the sex truck.
Sex truck.
Ooh, what do we
Fucking
got
sex
here?
truck.
Ah, so are you familiar with Fort Pierce?
Yes.
Well, this next story comes from Fort Pierce.
Awesome.
It's an explosive story. Bomb-making equipment seized from Fort Pierce man after explosive detonated in city. Fort Pierce, a man who crafted a bomb inside a whiskey bottle and blew it up in another man's backyard, was charged with a crime Wednesday, investigators said. Sex truck. No, I'm just kidding. This is a different article. Okay, Scott Frederick Wegener,
Are you
55. We'll see. We'll see. The 500 block of Wendell Road was charged with possession and discharge of a destructive device. An anonymous caller Wednesday warned Wegener had detonated an improvised explosive device and was threatening it again, according to Wegener's arrest affidavit. The caller said Wegener, named Spider, was in dispute with someone over the theft of a BB gun and had offered to pay a friend to crawl under the man's home to plant an IED. Investigators from the St. Lucie County Sheriff's Office, Fort Pierce Police Department, FBI, and Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, and Firearms and Explosives all responded to Wegener's home Wednesday. They didn't find any bomb-making equipment there, but only 2 empty Canadian Mist bottles and a red golf cart. I'll read that again.
Wait. A red golf cart?
Yeah, they didn't find any bomb-making equipment there, only 2 empty Canadian Mist bottles and a red golf cart.
I love Florida. Continue.
At home,
Really?
at a home in the 800 block of South 6th Street, they found evidence of an explosion in the backyard. The homeowner, Wegener's friend, said the incident happened Saturday. Wow, did somebody just die?
My brother, probably.
It's like he's operating like heavy machinery there, and in the middle of a Costco.
Costco.
That's me.
I need to get to the top shelf, and I had the scissor lift here, and had to get that sweet jar of mayonnaise. Anyhow, Wegener pulled up to the house in the golf cart. Well, obviously, because he had the golf cart. Why would he not travel in it? They began to hang out. Wegener said he was going to kill the chickens in the yard. Wegener said he was going to kill the chickens.
So he wanted to choke the chickens?
I think he wanted to blow the chickens up. I think he figured, here's the science. Here's the theory I'm working with. If you planted an improvised explosive device next to the chickens, it'll cook the bastards so I can eat them right after they explode.
Yeah, this guy sounds like a real world-class sickie.
Yeah. Wegener went to his golf cart and retrieved a Canadian mist bottle filled with black powder, sand, and a green fuse, according to the affidavit. Investigators said Wegener lit the fuse and threw the IED into the backyard where it exploded.
So it was basically a glass bottle pipe bomb.
Essentially, yes. And he had a serious hate on for them chickens. Oh, goodness. They recovered a 1-pound bag of explosive black powder, 8 feet of cannon fuse, and a coffee cup filled with sand, which Wegener had left at the 6th Street home, the affidavit said. Sand. I wonder where he got sand in Florida. Wegener was charged by the sheriff's office. He remained late Friday in the Indian River County Jail with bail set at $30,000. Holy shit. The Mad Chicken Bomber from, where is he from? From Fort Pierce, Florida. The Mad Chicken Bomber from Fort Pierce.
Indian River, so they're over near what, Miami?
I don't know, Tara? Where's Fort Pierce?
Tara?
Hey, Kelt, where's Fort Pierce? Is that by Miami? Fort Pierce?
I'm only familiar with Fort Augustine.
Okay.
I
was just curious.
Jacksonville.
Oh, okay.
So
I've only been there a few times.
So guys, here's what really gets me. If the police came into my house, they would have found the 3 items that they were looking for in my house that this guy had in his house.
Oh.
I don't have any sand, but I've got cannon fuse, I've got black powder, and I most definitely have some pipe and some glass.
Oh, I thought you were talking about a red golf cart.
Small world, man. Small world.
No, I do have a red Harley out in the garage, but no red golf carts.
So you belong to one of those clubs, the Red Golf Cart Club. With membership in 50 states, including Puerto Rico.
Tara. Bah. Tara. Let us know you're alive.
Sorry,
Tara.
I was getting food.
Okay.
We have a question. We have a question for you, Tara.
Tara.
What's that?
Where is Fort Pierce?
Where is Fort Pierce, Tara?
Oh my gosh.
Give me a second. I'm sick, so I'm having to actually use Google Maps. I can't remember right this moment.
So, guys, Burnside had to mute out for a bit. He's surrounded by commie-crats.
Yeah. I figured you were going to
Bureaucrats.
say that.
Also known as hemorrhoids.
If you feel a blazing, then here's the cream that'll make you feel amazing. We call it
Preparation H. Bring on the Prep H.
I actually miss those old commercials.
Yeah, those were funny.
Yeah. My favorite was the Oxy commercials.
Yeah.
You know, the college kid would be sitting there. No, the Oxy commercials where the kid would be sitting there and he'd be talking, and all of a sudden the giant zip pads would fall out of the sky and crush him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I used to love those.
I used to use that product.
Okay, Fort Pierce is 3 hours and 22 minutes south of where my location.
So closer to Orlando than, say, Jacksonville.
Yep.
More, yeah. Real close to West Palm.
Okay.
Yeah, because it said Indian River, and I know that the Indian River eventually it goes down towards Miami. Isn't that like the same one that's over by Indian Creek, or is that a different river?
Pretty much.
Okay.
If Scoobie were to get on I-95 right now, head south, he'd go right through it.
Huh. All right, cool.
Wow. Okay. Here's an interesting one. This one is from Vero Beach. Let's see. No crying over spilled milk but arrest over drunken milk.
Oh God.
Whiskey punch.
Let's see.
Milk wine.
Vero Beach. There's no crying over spilled milk,
What's
but there's an
funny?
arrest involving imbibed milk in Indian River County.
Jeez,
Right.
what is with
Are we
Indian
sure it's
River?
not the aliens from what was the name of that series where they drink
Alien Nation.
curdled milk? Thank you.
Alien Nation. Yep.
Curdled milk will like get them drunk and shit.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I
And
prefer the
stole one
original
with
movie.
battery acid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see. Stephen McGuffey, 60, of the 1800 block of 7th Avenue, was jailed on a felony aggravated battery charge after the March 1st incident, an affidavit states. Vero Beach Police, about 1 p.m., went to McGuffey's listed address for a disturbance. Ooh, what kind of disturbance? McGuffey held a wooden stick in an aggressive stance. Sex truck. Oh, sorry. McGuffey's roommate told investigators the reason for the disturbance was because McGuffey was upset with him for drinking his milk out of his glass cup. Reason for the disturbance was because McGuffey was upset with him for drinking his milk out of his glass cup. Okay. McGuffey and the roommate looked intoxicated, police reported. They agreed to keep their distance from each other. Not long after that, police were sent back to McGuffey's home, the sequel. This time, McGuffey's roommate had a big cut over his left eyebrow. The roommate said that after the police left, McGuffey came at him with a stick and hit him in the head. The roommate stated it was over the initial argument about drinking the defendant's milk and using his glass cup. The roommate said it was my favorite. It was my favorite Johnny Quest cup, and nobody drinks out of my Johnny Quest cup. But they get the stick.
Crazy.
Puts the
Yeah.
cup down again. Again.
You know, if I didn't know two people that actually had an exact same sort of fight, I would say this is crazy.
But this is quite plausible, especially in Vero Beach. The roommate said he was locked out and McGuffey wouldn't come to the door. He declined to prosecute. Okay, so this was a gentlemanly stick fight over the usage of a glass with milk in it. Lovely. About 1:45 p.m., police again were summoned to the McGuffey abode. The roommate said that McGuffey kept bothering him, calling him a vulgar term for a female genitalia. What could he be referring to?
I would say pussy if it's in America.
Yeah, this is Vero Beach. I would say he is calling it a pussy. But I don't know if Gunt is starting to make a comeback. Let's
God
see.
bless those Irish.
Those Aussies. Oh my gosh. McGuffey was arrested and taken to jail. This is yeah. After 3 times, they finally put this guy in jail. It wasn't immediately clear what happened to the glass cup. I imagine it is sitting in the sink, dirty. But that's just my speculation.
You know, did they say what they were drinking?
Didn't say what they were drinking other than milk. So
I'm going to venture a guess only because I was watching something actually the other day. It's ironic Burnside's not here because I was watching the history of Chicago. But according to what the documentary said, the reason that Mrs. O'Leary's cow, the reason that the barn burned down, an Irishman broke in there looking to steal milk to mix with whiskey to make whiskey punch.
Yep, I would imagine so. My grandfather was rather fond of that.
Wow, that's
his thing was. Let's see. Let's see if I can find the exact recipe. Let's see. His thing was Crown Royal with I think maybe a little splash of water. That's like the not seltzer water, the other stuff.
Club soda.
Tonic.
Yeah, just a little bit of tonic and a glass of milk. I believe
See,
that.
I asked if it was milk wine because there's a cat up in Alaska that actually sells milk wine. It's 2% alcohol. He ferments it out himself. And if you make it in your home, you can make some really good alcoholic cheesecake because you end up with alcoholic frittata cheese.
That I don't know. That sounds horrible.
It's actually pretty good stuff.
To my ears, all I can say is Marona me, sweet tonado. I actually want to try that. That sounds good, man.
Well, you sample it, Scoobie. Give me the green light on it, and maybe I'll try it.
So you can make alcoholic ricotta out of that, but can you make alcoholic mozzarella?
Problem is the mozzarella you have to bring up to 160 degrees, and that'll blow off the alcohol.
That's not good. That's not good.
Yeah.
Okay.
Alcohol evaporates at between 150 and 180.
Yeah, no, I forgot about the boiling of the milk. My aunts always used to send me out of the kitchen whenever they were making it. I just remember after it was done.
Fresh mozzarella is good.
Oh my God, it's so good. I was showing it to Six last week. The guys in the neighborhood, we're spoiled for it here. There's a place up over in the neighborhood, Foods of Italia. You go in there and you get it, and literally, like you hold it in the plastic, and it starts to form around your fingers. It's so fresh.
Yeah.
Scoob yanked out a chunk of that stuff from his fridge, and I felt like jumping up and doing a pirouette.
Yeah, beautiful. It's beautiful shit.
Oh yeah.
You know me, I do love my cheese.
Yes, I do. That's you talk about cheese the way most men talk about sex.
I'm a cheesy bastard.
Le fromage.
Yep, I'm a cheesy bastard. Let's see. It fuels my sense of humor. Speaking of fuel, the ex-con coal baron running for Senate in West Virginia.
Coal baron.
Yeah. Don Blankenship was jailed for contributing to the worst coal mine disaster in a generation. Now he's after his nemesis, Joe Manchin's job. Wow. And thus the story begins after the magic sound. On a cold, rainy night in West Virginia, coal country this winter, Don Blankenship glares out of a half-empty conference room at the Big Sandy Superstore Arena in Huntington. For almost an hour, the ex-coal executive and ex-con reads off a teleprompter, doing his best impression of a political candidate. For a big man, Blankenship has a surprisingly soft voice. His message is anything but. He talks of his years of union busting, the twin evils of illegal immigration and opioid addiction, blaming the first for causing the second, and the folly of environmental regulation. Throughout, he never strays far from the true target of his ire, Democratic Senator Joe Manchin. Blankenship blames Manchin not only for much of what's wrong in West Virginia, but also for helping put him behind bars. The bastard put me in prison. Fuck him. I'm gonna get his office. In 2016, the former hard-charging chief executive officer of Massey Energy Company went to federal prison for conspiring to evade safety laws in the lead-up to the worst coal mine disaster in a generation, a 2010 explosion in the Upper Branch mine that killed 29 miners. Manchin, the governor at the time, commissioned an independent probe that reached a blistering conclusion about Blankenship's tight grip over Massey and did a lot to seal public opinion about his role in the disaster. Years later, as federal prosecutors zeroed in on Blankenship, Manchin, by then a senator, said on national TV that the ex-coal boss had blood on his hands. During his year in prison, Blankenship maintained his innocence, even issuing a press release blaming the federal government for the explosion and referring to himself as a political prisoner. The day he got out in May 2017, he began tweeting insults at Manchin, accusing him of lying about the causes of explosion and challenging him to a debate. Manchin said he hoped Blankenship would disappear from the public eye. Instead, Blankenship declared his candidacy for Manchin's seat. Don Blankenship has entered his race because he has an axe to grind with Joe Manchin, says Mike Caputo, Democratic minority whip for the West Virginia House of Delegates. It's more personal than politics. Before he can face Manchin, Blankenship has to get through the Republican primary on May 8th. His two main challengers, Evan Jenkins, the congressman who represents the state's southern coalfields, and State Attorney General Patrick Morrissey, spent the winter mostly ignoring Blankenship and focusing their attacks on each other. That strategy now may have to change. While Jenkins and Morrissey are both more polished politicians than Blankenship, it's not clear that matters. Their early polling lead has withered in the face of Blankenship barnstorming the state and spending millions of his money. A survey commissioned in early March by Jenkins shows him just 2 points ahead of Blankenship, who a month ago was a distant third. Meanwhile, a new poll ordered up by Morrissey also showed Blankenship in second, just 1.5 points behind Morrissey. How long is this fucking article? Holy shit stick. It's a fucking odyssey, man.
Hey. Could be worse.
Could be sex truck. Yeah, let's see. Let me skip to the end.
Okay.
I'm skipping to the end. Let's see. There's a weird Indian man doing some kind of yoga shit at the bottom of the screen. Let's see. As the primaries approach, Blankenship has continued to crisscross the state with town halls and buy up radio and TV ads, which his opponents simply aren't doing. Bissett of the Huntington Chamber says that by self-financing, Blankenship has freed himself from spending time, energy, and influence attending fundraisers, unlike Morrissey and Jenkins. Greg Thomas, Blankenship's campaign manager, has a different explanation. The establishment wing of the GOP is looking for someone safe, he says, but Blankenship's surging popularity suggests the voters want someone more aggressive. We have to identify as the person who's going to take on Joe Manchin, says Thomas. Who in the world would get out of prison, be on probation, and run for Senate against the people who put him in jail? Well, Blankenship would.
Man, West Virginia.
You got to see a picture of this Indian guy.
The Indian guy's more interested in the article.
Will it curry your favor?
Oh, God, 6.
Oh, man.
I know I'm doing a backwards fucking push-ups on these stupid books. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm a chicken man. Look at me.
Thank you. Come again.
Oh, God.
I'm a chicken man.
Blame Bloomberg for having that shit on their fucking...
You know where that dude was found?
On the sex truck.
Oh, yeah.
Speaking of Bloomberg 6, I just got some news sent to me on my Twitter feed that might make all of y'all laugh.
What's this?
So apparently, Oregon kayaktivists are going to be climbing into their SUVs and taking their plastic kayaks made from oil back down to the river again, because a Canadian oil company has been shipping oil to Asia through Portland.
Oh, Jesus.
And Bloomberg Reports broke the story. More than 240,000 barrels have gone through Portland to China this year alone so far. It is currently unclear if the Canadian oil company is planning on keeping the shipments going through Portland. But if they do, I guarantee you there will be idiots hanging from the bridges and people out in the middle of the river in kayaks trying to stop them. Just like they did last time.
Oh, for fuck's sake, man. You got to get the hell out of there. You need to swing by and pick up Plain Speech and Cass and just get the fuck out.
Come to the South where you belong, son.
Come back to Tennessee, Irate. Is that what you're telling me?
That's right. Your home is calling you, bro.
Tennessee.
Yeah,
Country
seriously.
roads take me home to the place I belong.
Go to Shelby County and get a job at the jail since I know how to lock a door.
You still remember that story, don't you, man?
I,
About the fucking-
I had to tell my dad about that story because apparently it didn't go statewide. They only told the surrounding counties.
Gee, I wonder. I
He
wonder
nearly
why.
pissed himself laughing.
Oh my gosh. Well, I gotta say, Chaos News, thank you so much for such entertainment. And I guess thank you for this next story.
Oh, boy.
Let's see. Well, if this doesn't set off your elitism radar, then this nothing will. Actress Demi Moore, quote, "I do not want Trump supporters for fans. First of all, I hate Trump. This awful country with disgusting people and everything about it. I'll boycott everything about Trump."
Okay.
Damn.
So boycott America.
I mean,
You can leave anytime you want, baby.
But we know
yeah,
you won't.
I heard the Europeans love to take in extra snooty cunts like you.
Yep.
No shit. Go to Scotland.
Yep. Said that they arrest people for making dog jokes.
Oh yeah.
Let's see. Arrest. I was about to say arrest Demi Moore, but that would be elitist of me. Actress Demi Moore, quote, "I do not want Trump supporters for fans. First of all, I hate Trump. This awful country with disgusting people and everything about it. I'll boycott everything about Trump." Let's see. While once upon a time stars were advised not to ruffle feathers by expressing political views, when the fuck was that? They've been doing that for decades.
Pretty much.
Or are there other topics deemed controversial for fear of hurting their brand? That time has passed. Things have escalated to don't like me or what I'm saying, don't be my fan, don't watch my show, don't go see any of my movies.
Okay, done.
Yeah.
I don't have a problem with that.
I don't think I ever remember like consuming anything out of your ads anyway, so no. So I'm good.
I really
Supposed to
only
be her
liked
fans just for that.
yeah, I really only liked one thing that she's done.
After she had the like tits put in and stuff.
No, I actually liked One Crazy Summer with John Cusack.
Yeah, that was a great movie.
Yeah, and that's about it. As
Is
far
that the one where he's like the hitman going back to his high school reunion?
No, that you're thinking of Mini Driver.
That's Gross Point Blank, isn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Grosse
Point Blank.
The Mini Driver and Jeremy
Yeah.
Piven and who the hell's was in that one?
What was she in, man? Was she
Dan Aykroyd, I think, was in it.
This is the one he's talking about. The one with Bobcat Goldthwait, and they're at the thing for the summer vacation, and they got the crazy uncle that lives in the room, and he's calling into the radio station constantly trying to win the tax-free million. There's the one scene where he goes running where Bobcat Goldthwait is wearing a Godzilla outfit, and he goes running across like the model city and all that shit.
And they put the lobsters in the jackass's swimming pool, and they get attacked by the lobsters.
Yeah, yeah. It's
Jordan Peterson. Where are you? Where are you, Jordan Peterson? When we need you, lobsters.
Yeah, per that lobster state.
I can't believe you don't remember that one. It's he's John Cusack's an artist in the movie, so the whole movie has like these little cartoon strips in it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, see, I'm not big on him. That's my wife.
Yeah, he's kind of a jackass. He makes some good shit, but he just has a shitty attitude about a lot of things. And so does Demi Moore, and a lot of these stars do. That's why it's. I really try to do my best to separate the artist from the art, but that's often difficult because you get a lot of these
sons of bitches.
You get a lot of these really corrosive personalities from these people, and that's yeah. They've spent so much time having smoke blown up their ass that they're flying high as a kite, and they think that they're above everybody.
Well,
Wow.
I think there's the argument can be said that we've replaced, we filled that void for like royalty with the celebrities.
Yeah, they're our version of aristocracy.
Exactly.
Basically, I would be feeling that way too if basically I live my life playing as characters more interesting and more fulfilled lives than I'll ever have.
Mm-hmm.
It's a career path.
I don't
That
know.
totally
I guess
doesn't
it's because I grew up seeing these celebrities constantly. I seen them all over the place. I'd see them, whenever I went to the store. I'd see them when I went out to the friggin' mall. I'd see, you run into people all over the place. And a lot of them, they're real dicks in person. Like real dicks in person. And that's the thing. Like you get so used to it. Like I remember once, like my wife's family, they're all Democrats, like card carrying. My brother-in-law ran for the assembly, and I remember I was with them, and they got like a different mentality because we're in Manhattan a couple of years ago, and Gilbert Gottfried's in there, and he's at Subway, and he's eating lunch, and they're like, "Oh look, it's Gilbert Gottfried. Let's go say hello to him." And I stopped them, and I said, "What the fuck is the matter with all of you? Why are you? The man's eating lunch. Leave him the fuck alone." "Oh, well, we wanted to go say hi to him." I said, "Do you notice he's balls deep in a fucking Reuben? He doesn't want to talk to you. He's enjoying his sandwich."
Yeah.
But it's this mentality that people have, where they put these folks up on pedestals, and I give, I don't particularly like the man's politics, but I'll give Seth MacFarlane credit. He nails it a lot. Like there's been times on Family Guy where he's shown it with like, "Oh my God, look, it's so-and-so. They're eating here like a regular person." What the fuck? It's not like these people. It's not like they live in a hyperbaric chamber and shit. They're human beings. I guess it's just from working in security and doing the radio and doing newspapers and actually having exposure and interviews and talk to these people. They're honestly disgusting people. It's
honestly, I think what happens to these people is they get put on a pedestal. They live their lives as if they're special. Then they realize that the speciality they have is not earned, and like they're more they have like their lives are more vapid than the characters they play on screen. That basically hits them in such a way they act like dicks. That's at least how I see it.
Oh my God! I was gonna say, did y'all see the paintings that fucking oh God, who is it? Jim Carrey painted?
Yeah.
Oh my God! Anyway, I'm sorry, Scoob. Go for it.
No, I was gonna say prostate. I seen what he said, what he did about that Sarah Huckabee Sanders girl. I don't like that. She's younger than me, and it ain't like no white knight thing. But that's that's somebody's wife, that's somebody's daughter. She's just the messenger, and to me, that's like to me, I thought he was being a bully when he did that to her. Really, that's some bully shit. And I didn't know this. I forgot about it because I don't pay attention to this celebrity gossip. I'm glad that Jim Carrey got brought up. Did you? I didn't know he drove his ex-girlfriend to suicide.
Yeah, that's. I don't know if that's the case, but there's been a lot of scuttlebutt that's suggesting that he played a large part in that, and and he's just batshit crazy himself, talking about how. Where reality is a fabrication and we're not real, but you're real and I'm not real, and saying all this really stupid, fucked up shit.
And who's this?
This is Jim Carrey. Yeah.
This guy fucking.
Oh, well, you do know that when he did the movie 24, that shit fucked him up. He went fucking postal. He ended up in a psychiatric ward for... Yes, yeah, 23. Thank you. He ended up in a psychiatric ward for a while.
Not surprising.
So, and he's never been fully stable as it is. I mean, look at all the weird shit he used to do.
Yeah.
When he was on In Living Color, you could tell that he used to like snort coke before he went on set.
Yeah, when he did the fire marshal bill.
Yeah.
Tara Hunt, he wasn't just doing coke. It was a lot of other stuff, too.
Coke was doing him.
I know.
Yep. Russian Coke. The Coke was doing.
Russian Coke.
In Soviet Russia, Coke does you. We're looking at you, Jim.
God. From what I understand, he actually had a thing for Brom Brom.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
For what?
Coke mixed with gunpowder.
Oh, really?
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah, that was his poison.
What the fuck does that do?
Ooh, what does it do? Picture doing cocaine and acid at the same time.
Really? With gunpowder?
Yeah. I wouldn't advise doing it because, look at what it does to the inside of Doberman's intestines, and you're going to shoot that shit up into your nostrils?
Oh, no. It doesn't make any sense, man. That's just weird. But hey,
it's a big thing over in Africa. The Africans are into it because their life expectancy isn't that good anyway.
They got plenty of bullets laying around and shit.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. God damn.
To be fair, I rate a lot of modern gunpowder, classical gunpowder. It's made from a lot of different chemical substances. So,
yeah. You mix it with the cocaine that's been cut with the right things, and you're going to go for a fucking journey on gossamer wings.
Give me
to the sex truck.
You got to put a shirt out with that now. So,
Yeah, that's a meme. That's going to be a C-120 meme.
You like this coffee mug?
Climb aboard.
I get up every morning and take a big sip out of my sex truck.
The sex truck.
Oh, man.
And if you think about it, we could be classified as sex truck nuts.
There we go. Truck nuts.
Because we became truck nuts.
Yeah, but I bet none of you can put both of them in your mouth.
Oh,
good God.
Bitch, don't throw it in there.
Don't tempt Kaz.
Don't tempt the fluffy. No.
I'll tempt whoever I want.
Well, then you may have a yiffing good time there.
I was just thinking of something. Six.
What's that?
Can you look up in photos? I guarantee you're gonna find one. Look at like either Bing or Google Images and just type in Demi Moore and Donald Trump. I want to see how many pictures you have of the two of them together. Like that's what I get annoyed about is they all come out and they talk shit, and then the next day people are like putting on Twitter like 9 different pictures of each of these celebrities with the president. Fucking turncoats.
Oh shit, man! I've got about 200 here.
Holy Jesus!
And she's in this blue dress, and she looks fucking amazing.
God damn! I'm looking at the same dress.
Several different award shows.
Ouch!
Mm-hmm.
It's too bad man. It is too bad her brain is full of sawdust.
No doubt.
It always was.
There we go.
She wasn't.
Yeah, you see what I mean? This is why I get annoyed.
Yep, they're all full of shit.
And I hate saying this, and this is why I take it so personal when they go after the president. He's from 20 minutes away from where I live. He's from Jamaica. I'm from Lindenhurst. There's about a 20-25 minute difference between those two areas. I take it personal because all the shit they talk about him, the thing that it bothers me, it's like it's because he's a New Yorker. He's annoying, he's loud, he's crude, he's rude, he's all these different things. And to me, they make fun of his accent. To me, I take it personal, like they're making fun of me too. I really think it's because he's a loud, obnoxious New Yorker. That's why they dislike him. And to me, look, I'm a loud, obnoxious asshole too. Anyone who watches this stream can figure that out within 30 seconds. That doesn't mean I'm a bad person, and that doesn't mean I'm not good at what I do. Same thing with him. He's been doing a great job so far. The fact that he rubs everyone the wrong way, well, too fucking bad.
I think what pisses him off is that he's a big fucking fuck you from Flyover America. He's literally a middle finger that Flyover America just shot back at the rest of the world. That's the way I see it, man. It's like, fuck you motherfuckers, we've got to vote too. And you know.
To be fair, I've been kind of waiting for Middle America to stick their finger up at both coasts. I mean, I remember watching the Clinton elections and the Clinton re-elections and Bush Jr. and even Obama, and it just seemed like the rest of the country didn't have a say.
No.
Yeah.
You know, they just took it up the ass. Yeah.
You know, when I voted, I did. I'm not going to lie. My first election, because, you know, I was, I think, 19 years old, and it was the 90s. I was a shithead, you know, because you didn't know any of the history at the time because they didn't teach it. You know, I voted for fucking Gore. It was not because I had anything against the Republican Party. I just liked the platform that Gore was coming across on. It's not that I disliked Bush. It was just, you know, I was working for the EPA at the time. You know, I was in college.
Mm-hmm.
And it wasn't, you know, like a blood sport like it is nowadays. But after that election, Trump was the first president whose name I actually wrote down, because the rest of the time I put my own. Every election since Bush Gore, I put my name.
No shit.
Scoobie for 2020.
Scooby 2020.
Nah, 2024. 2024. I'm not. Let the old man finish his work. Then I'll run.
All right, Scooby 2024.
Right. I'll have to do up some bumper stickers to put in my web store.
Awesome.
Trump 2020, Scooby 2024.
I'll drive around with my sex truck. Oh man.
Oh man, that sounds like a Spinal Tap song, doesn't it?
It really does, man.
Either that or Zappa.
Yeah,
I can see Zappa doing it too.
Well, you know, Monster Magnet had that song "Drug Farm," driving the tractor on the drug farm. I love that. And Monster Magnet. If you want to hear some really fucked up lyrics, you should listen to them. They're great.
I seen them, I think it was in 98 or 99. I seen them up in Rome, New York, or no, not Rome. Excuse me, Syracuse. I seen them up in Syracuse. I was living in Utica, Rome at the time. I was on so much fucking peyote though. I don't remember the time.
I bet, man, I bet that was a good show though.
Oh yeah,
their music's awesome.
Oh yeah, and upstate New York's a great venue too. All those mountains and meadows.
I've been stuck out of farm the last 100 days. When I don't get my bath, I take it out on the sleighs. That's just a great song, man. Space Lord, Mother.
Yeah. I heard that song somewhere before.
Early 2000s.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was it early? I thought that was late 90s. I'm pretty sure we were still in high school when that came out. 6.
Space Lord, Mother.
It might have been.
I think I heard it in Dragon Ball Z Bridge.
Yeah, but they broke up because their singer was an asshole, and the band would not play with him. He became such a dick. Yeah, shit happens.
1998. So yeah, I was in college.
Yeah, no, that was my 97. Was that my freshman
What
year? No,
album was that?
97. I graduated. Yeah. I think I graduated in 97.
Yeah, 98
year
was
off
my contract.
Yeah.
1998 was my first. I think my first junior year in college.
God
I said
says no.
My first junior year. So I had many junior years. I had one freshman year, one sophomore year, and many junior years.
Too much partying, 6?
Unfortunately, yeah.
Oh man. Careful, man. That stuff will rot your brains.
They're releasing one on the 23rd. They're dropping an album, a new album.
Really?
Can you believe that shit?
Who?
We just started talking about it. It's called Mindfucker. That is crazy. I'm just pulling them up on Wikipedia, and it says 2018 Mindfucker released March 23rd, 2018. Napalm Records. Fuck yeah.
Like 2 days.
Fuck yeah. You know what I'm gonna be listening to? Oh
yeah.
Shit. Yeah. Crazy. Dopes to Infinity, Power Trip, God Says No. God, what great albums.
I wonder, is Ted Nugent gonna? He's doing another tour this summer, isn't he?
Oh yeah, he does one every year, man.
He's going to tour until he dies.
That's right.
He's going to drop dead on stage. I know it.
I seen Uncle Ted about 23 years ago at Jones Beach.
Yeah, I would go see him because he normally comes through Oregon and Washington, but he won't stop talking and play.
There was a rumor that used to go around that he and the lead singer of The Cure, Robert Smith, used to go bow hunting.
Yeah,
I never knew if that was accurate, but I've always
he's known for that. He's known for that. Yeah. Nugent straight edge. Yeah, he doesn't do anything. He just hunts.
Yeah, exactly. I knew that he did that. I knew he
eats everything he kills.
He eats everything he kills. Right.
Hey, that's the way to do it. I'd do it with everything but two-legged critters.
I personally don't like Nugent much, but that's the one thing I like about him is he promotes gun safety. All his kids have gone to the classes and everything like that. And when he kills something, he intends to eat it.
Yeah, he says, I've got 3 words for PETA: garlic and butter.
There we go. Well, here's an interesting thing about Robert Smith, and I found this out years ago.
Yeah, The Cure is a great band.
I was watching one of their really early videos before he adopted the look that he had for so long. When he was kind of like clean cut and just kind of regular looking. I will say this, and believe me or not, you can try to find this out for yourself. I don't remember what video it was for. It was one of their early music videos. Robert Smith from The Cure looks more like Ben Affleck than Ben Affleck looks like Ben Affleck.
Ben Affleck?
If you don't believe me, look it up for yourself. And it's kind of weird. It's really kind of eerie.
Yeah, before he went for that weird, like kind of andro kind of the messy hair with the messy lipstick. Oh yeah, I see I'm looking exactly at the picture you're talking about, dude. I'll see if I can pull it up. And
I remember my brother was telling me. No, excuse me. This was my sister. She was the one that I think she had seen. I want to say The Cure and the Misfits together at CBGB's.
That does not surprise me.
Yeah, well, she went and saw so many different bands at CBGB's. I actually saw a few there myself, and I apologize for not remembering who.
Right, so you can pull that up, 6.
There you go.
Yeah,
he looks like Ben Affleck's better-looking older brother.
I see
because Ben Affleck's little brother doesn't look any better either.
Casey Affleck.
Yeah.
He looks like a troll doll with the short hair.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. Some looks just don't last forever.
Nope. Of course, then again, parachute pants.
Well, it's like Susie Sue, like she had a similar kind of a look, but
Susie and the Banshees. Oh yes.
Yep.
Yeah.
Holy shit. Susie Sue circa 1989.
Yeah, dude.
Damn.
And she
Flock of seagulls.
Well, she could still rock that today. For some reason, she had the grip. She had a grip on what it was. Flock of Seagulls. That dude with his hair. I saw them live. Flock of Seagulls and the Go-Go's.
I always had such a thing for Belinda Carlisle.
Yeah. Oh, dude.
I was more. What's her name? Weedlin.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
More of a brunette kind of guy myself.
Yeah, I'm a brunette guy myself.
Jane Weedlin, I believe her name was.
Yeah, Jane Weedlin.
Is that the one with the really deep dimples?
The itty bitty one, man. She's like, I mean, maybe 5 feet tall. Black,
she had really deep dimples, though.
Yeah, 5 feet tall. If she was wearing lifts, she was not big, not a very big person at all. No.
Nothing sexier than a woman you can hang from your rearview mirror.
Oh my god!
That should be a T-shirt too.
Yeah, who needs one of those pine tree things? Just hang the chick on your rearview mirror carrying a can of Glade.
I guess in honor of Count Dankula, this is the meme episode.
It's getting kind of musty there, hon. Why don't you spritz it up a bit?
Well,
squeeze off a few. Squeeze off a few. Get it smelling really nice in here. There, that you know what
you
Daddy
men are
likes.
just wrong.
You know what Daddy likes.
Yeah.
We're so crazy.
It smells like a pine forest in here now. Oh yeah.
Just don't fart, otherwise it's gonna rank.
Oh man.
So,
combustible combination.
Again, in honor of Count Dankula, I said this earlier when I was talking to Six, but it seems that Britain has taken 1984 as the instruction manual for their country instead of the political satire in the war.
Now we need
the instruction manual or the Constitution.
Again, all over again. Apparently, they haven't learned a lesson 200 years ago.
Yep.
We have to remind them now, all over again. Fucking dumbasses.
All right, what did this guy do that they're sentencing him for?
He wanted to make fun of. He wanted to piss off his girlfriend, so he basically taught his pug how to do Nazi salutes.
Taught her pug.
Oh, that one.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that's some bullshit.
Grossly offensive is the crime now.
Yeah.
He could get up to 2 years in jail.
Yeah, they said that the term menacing was used, and there was something else. Yeah, it was the
objectionable behavior.
Yeah, but the verbiage was very legalese, like having gravity. You know,
what happens when you have
I just love how all of this
couch
is so
fainting, soy boy, wilting flowers run your country. This is what happens.
It's all vague words.
Prosecutors want 5 years.
It's so dumb.
It's so 5 years?
Yep.
That's what the prosecutors want. But at worst, he'll most likely get 1 year.
Yeah,
he could also get house arrest.
Right. Well, see, that's probably what's going to end up happening. Is they're probably going to put him on the ankle bracelet, because this is making them look like idiots, and they know it now. It's hurting them.
So they've been looking like idiots for some time now.
Yeah, I think that we have to come to the realization that I don't think that they care. I think that this is actually obvious that they want this, obviously. So I think that our opinion is moot. This is the reason they're trying to make us. Yeah.
Sorry, what's the people going to do when they have no guns to begin with? Unlike us.
Right.
Sell their knives.
No, Cass has got the point, man. See, this is, imagine, all right, they're going to try this shit here, but we've got guns. And
lots of militias, too.
Yeah, and lots of people that fucking, know when they smell bullshit,
Oh, yeah.
You're not going to, you can't shame this country into behaving in a different way than it's going to behave. You can't shame us into giving up our guns. You can't shame us into, into doubting like dangerous religious belief systems, okay, and calling them to the carpet and calling them out when they're fucking pulling bullshit, right?
Right.
You're not going to intimidate me.
I'm going to say this because it's really funny to me. I know I'm a dick for finding this funny, but it's because a lot of British people, even those I've argued with in the past, were like, well, you Americans need to give away your guns because it's the moral thing to do. Because guns kill people. I mean, good luck. Good luck getting your freedoms back. Because you moral fagged and sold away your freedoms and liberty to a government that knows exactly what they're going to do to you because you can't defend yourselves now. So good fucking luck.
Yep.
Good luck studying
Yeah.
story.
One movie that actually shows what could happen. One movie that actually shows what could happen, V for Vendetta.
Yep.
You know, I was thinking about that. I'm glad you said it, because that to me is what's going on in Britain right now.
Yeah,
So,
except
Kelsey,
it's just
you want
the
to say
opposite.
something?
It's not the conservatives that are running the country. It's the exact opposite.
I don't even know if they're conservatives. I mean, their supposed conservative leader is a feminist.
Yeah. No, in V for Vendetta, though, the government is definitely a hardcore Christian, conservative Christian right. If you read the comics, that's the way Moore had written it, because back then it was during the Reagan administration, all this shit. So it was very believable back then.
We'll
see. Yeah, that was what's most likely to take power.
As a matter of fact, over on the wall, I've got an original fucking poster for the comic.
Well, see, here's one of the problems I always had with the comic, Irate. The Guy Fawkes mask.
Mm-hmm.
Because Guy Fawkes tried to blow up Parliament to re-implement a Catholic theocracy.
Yeah, exactly. I think that was intentional on Moore's part, because I think he wanted everybody to see that it's two sides of one coin. You know, whether you're liberal or you're conservative, the extreme, you know, it's the horseshoe thing. You know, the extremes are almost identical. And I think that was kind of the whole Guy Fawkes was wanting a Catholic, a Catholic theocracy, basically is what he wanted to run. And using that mask was kind of an ironic symbol for, you know, what the V character was rebelling against. So that's my anything Moore writes is just fucking genius, man. He's just a brilliant writer.
Yeah, he is.
He's a great writer. It's just that always kind of bugged me. And I mean, I've actually had to explain to people here in the U.S. who Guy Fawkes was, because so many Americans are ignorant of world history and even American history.
Well, that's because in high school they don't teach complete world history. They teach up until pretty much the start of civilization, and then they stop.
Agreed, but that's also because they don't believe in capitalism.
Well, so then they jump straight to American history.
Yeah, so I like how they omit everything lately. These kids don't learn anything.
Well, this was going on when I was in high school.
Well, did you see some of that new Common Core math stuff?
Oh my God, that's fucking bullshit. I hate that shit. If I had a kid and they were having to do that, I'd be like, nope, I'm homeschooling you. I'm going to teach you the right way.
You know, they have two different types of Common Core, and they did the bait and switch. They showed us the one version, and then they implemented the other one.
Yep.
Even the creators of Common Core.
Our kids? To keep us from helping our kids with the homework?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know some people that think that way when it comes to doing math in their heads. I can't do that. I've looked at these Common Core math problems, and I'm like, how the fuck do you come to that conclusion?
Out their asses.
Even though I've seen it step by step. And I'm like, why can't you just take this number, and you get this number?
Right.
It's so much simpler.
You know, I'm in a class surrounded by 17, 18, and 19-year-old kids all day. These kids are really stupid. I'm sorry. I hate saying it. Holy shit, are they stupid? My professor told me after like the first two classes, she pulled me to the side. She's like, I'm not going to call on you anymore. Stop raising your hand. So I get to sit all day in class and just look around the classroom. Finally, the last 10 minutes, I started raising my hand, and she started calling because no one answered her.
Right.
Well, that's because they've been teaching them to sit and listen and not raise their hand, Scoob. You're not inspired to critically think in schools anymore. I've got a few friends that have teenage kids, and I've been challenging their kids to think, and they get in trouble when they do the same thing back in class.
Jesus.
Scooby, we were brought up in the age of interaction, of connection, of interfacing, of communication. These kids were brought up under the era of compliance.
That's why they keep medicating all the boys.
Yeah.
That's why they medicated me.
You know, I want to say this right now, and I don't give a fuck what anyone says. This is my honest to God opinion from my experience. This all started when the FBI was able to get their fucking RICO Act and go after all these quote unquote evil organized crime organizations. Because, you know, a lot of these so-called organized crime families, quote unquote, tended to keep these neighborhoods really clean. I told you guys about how the Russians cleaned up Coney.
Yeah.
Democrats had it for decades. The Russians had it for about 18 months. That's the same thing. Like it used to be before they started cracking down. When I was a kid, you could go into certain neighborhoods and nothing would happen. Everything was legit. Everything was clean. You know, everything was. They started cracking down on it. Now you can't go into Little Italy after Rudy Giuliani chased out the mafia because he had a chip on his shoulder. You can't go to the San Gennaro feast. You'll get robbed. It's disgusting.
Jesus
I watched
Christ.
it change. Yeah.
Holy fuck, that's disgusting.
Yeah, you can't go to it. You'll get mugged. I actually, one of my hands is fucked up because I got into a brawl. I was with my wife about maybe, I want to say 11 years ago. And he had broken everything up about maybe 5 years before that. And a couple of El Salvadorian guys, got kind of fresh with my wife.
I think the Rudy Giuliani's.
I want some wonton soup.
Yeah, Rudy Giuliani senses your dissension, so he's
of course
he's switched you into Chinese drive-through.
You can all get fucked. Give me a second. I'll hop back in.
And then
try backing away from the fan.
Computer's a piece of shit. Give me a second.
Well, so we're kind of in a groove, and I hate to point this out, but we're
I just saw the time 6. I was actually about to say it's actually time to start wrapping it up, guys.
It's top of the hour.
So when Scoob gets back, you can.
We'll start the outros. Yeah.
Okay.
There. Speak of the devil.
Scoob.
Ask and he shall appear.
You're right, Scooby-Doo.
Hey.
All right.
There you go.
All right, cool. Am I coming through clear?
It could be coming in better, but we're about to do outros.
Okay, cool.
So we'll start 6.
Okay, I am the next 6 minutes. This coming Sunday, I'm going to be having a tea time stream. It's an international tea time stream, so it's going to be early. I'm going to have a few people from overseas. I'm going to be talking to them about the unfortunate losses we've suffered in the whole free speech area over the last few months. That's going to be kind of interesting. So, tune in if you can. It will be a little bit earlier, around noonish, I would say. Let's see. This coming Thursday, I will not be the host. It will in fact be Burnside. So everybody come out and support Burnside because he was stuck in kind of a shitty situation with his work, making him go on days that he doesn't normally do his thing. Anyhow, that's my shill there.
All right, Tara.
I'm Tara Sin. You can find me on YouTube, IMVU, and Twitter. I'm not sure if I'm doing a stream later tonight, but I might. It depends on how I'm feeling because I'm sick. I want to thank you, Mountain Man, for letting my brother come on tonight. I really wanted, Scoobie and everyone to get to meet him and all.
Yep.
And okay, people, go to Etsy and look for Tara and Roxy Craft. I want you to go in there, buy what I have left of wreaths, so I can go to more or just straight up to Chicago and claim Burnside. Damn it! I need to claim him. I'm tired of being lonely.
She's like, I must claim Burnside as my territory.
I'm waiting.
I will
how
too.
Bloody it ends up.
You're waiting to see how what?
How bloody it ends up.
Oh yeah, he's gonna have scars on his back and on his ass.
Oof. Oof.
That's great.
Wow. Oof. Just yeah.
Who's he arguing with?
Scoob.
Yeah. Where the fuck did he go?
Burnside. He's having to deal with a bunch of commie-crats in Chicago at his building right now.
Lucky bastard.
Who?
Yeah, he apologized for having to duck out, but they showed up randomly.
That sucks. That sucks. You know, he's had to deal with those assholes for long enough. But you know, these are bureaucrats, so you know they're going to be just.
That's fucking gay. He doesn't have to deal with that shit.
Yep. So, Scoob, you got anything you want to show?
Hopefully, this is his last week dealing with that shit.
Hopefully. I'm Scoobie331. Follow me here on YouTube. I am on Minds.com, GabAI, Patreon.com, and I am back on Twitter as not Scoobie331. I'm going to hopefully have my Patreon and PayPal and all that wonderful shit linked up and hooked up and ready to go, and everything finally interconnected by this weekend. Because I really need to get a camera and some equipment. I want to go and cover that the march on Saturday. It's the March for the Second Amendment. My Congressman Peter King, the Director of Homeland Security, is last I checked, I think that's one of his hats that he wears. He's going to be there. I actually RSVP'd, so I'll actually have the opportunity to interview the man.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So I'm going to be going down there Saturday. Hopefully I can get the money together for a GoPro between now and then. So here's the hoping. So that's what I got going. I might do a quick impromptu stream Friday. You know, I might. I'm going to try to see. Maybe I'll hook everything up on Friday for my stream, and we'll see. That's what I'm going to be hosting by is 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on my channel. And yeah, that's pretty much everything I got coming up right now.
Cool.
Thanks.
Irate.
Irate Prostate here. Tomorrow night, Chaos 120 will be hosted on my channel. And on Thursday, in the afternoon time, it's usually around 4 o'clock Eastern, which means that's 1 o'clock Pacific. And if you can't add, that means that's 3 o'clock Central. That I'll be Big Fat Brian and I will be looking at Netflix series. It's a Dutch series called Tabula Rasa. It ended up being really great and very American Horror Story like. So it was the ending was like a what the fuck kind of stuff. It's really good. And all right, Friday we'll be doing the Cream Stream, 11 Eastern, 10 Central, and 8 Pacific. Guests will be Toad McKinley and Rob LeBlanc, also known as Optic Decay, the artist Optic Decay. Real excited about that. Saturday, drinks with friends, of course, and then C120. So that's what I got planned. And also, I'll be dropping the how I got out of the community guideline strike so fast thing. So I'll be dropping that.
Awesome.
Cool.
Nice.
Can't wait to join you on the live stream tomorrow, man.
Yeah.
Kaz, you got anything you want to show?
Sure. I'm Kaz Warfox. You can find me on YouTube, Facebook, and Minds.com. I do politics and gaming stuff, provided when I actually make content. And Britain, suck my libertarian cock.
Thumbs up.
Suck my giant, furry, naughty libertarian cock.
Oh, good Lord, Kaz, you're gonna get me banned.
Tip of the hat.
Yummy. Nom 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 nom.
American Celt, I'm gonna go ahead and let you shill here too.
Well, I'm American Celt. You can find me by that name on YouTube and Minds.com, though I don't do much on either.
And of course, I am the Veteran Mountain Man, your host for the night. You can catch me on this channel here where I make my regular content, BitChute, Patreon, and all those other places. And as always, have yourself a lovely day.
Sex truck.
Bye.
Good night, all.
Give me the yes, motherfucker.
Later.
Bye-bye.